Now I'm going to be tying this is a small ace of spades. This is tied to suit what we use as international size flies. Now this is a good pattern for both rainbows and brown trout, and I'll tell you in certain sizes it will even do sea trout. So this spade is a good fly, but as I say, this is a variant of that original dressing. Now the hook I'm using is a Full and Mill, this one here. I'm using the competition heavyweight and the black nickel version, and it suits the colour of the fly. Thread I'm using is the Guinea thread 80 in black. Just going to wax the thread. We simply start at the eye and down maybe 2 or 3 mil. And we tie in the rib of the fly, which is just holding this is going to hold the wing, and obviously the body is a small silver wire. And then for the body itself, now I'm using a UV Straggle, a micro silver and UV Straggle dyed black. Now you can use just dubbing or a chenille, it's up to yourself. I do as well, this is just one of the variants. As you can see, I'm tying both of these in on the way down, and then when you come back up, basically then form the body, winding the micro Straggle up. And as you wind, you can draw back these fibres as well, so that they don't trap them in. Just as you wind up, you want to stop probably about 2 mil or so from the eye at least. Cross your thread, nice and tight, make sure it's tied down. Trim away. Just put a bit of wax on my thread, ready to tie in the wing. Now the wing, this is just dyed black hen. It's just an Indian hen, feathers dyed black. 2 small feathers. Got right on the left side, meaning I've taken a feather from one side of the cape and one for the other side, so you get the kind of natural curve of the fibre, so that you can get it tied on so it sits nice. Now the length of the tail at the back should be much the length of the shank. So there's the length there. You tie it in at this point, so I'm just going to hold the wing. Now this style of winging is called Matuka wing. Now it's normally in a lot of sort of lures that you would see in New Zealand, but it's a very popular style. Very good for fry pans. Make sure we tie this in and then trim away the waste. Leave a bit of wax on my thread. Tidy this area up. Make sure it's going to sit right, so I'm just going to see how it's sitting before I go any further. Check the length is fine. Now what I'm going to do here is, normally sometimes you would take, in the bigger flies, you take away these fibres underneath, but I'm going to lift them up and mix them into the wing. So hold the tail, there's the tail there, and then bring these fibres straight up. Bring your wire through, and then bring it through the wing. This is what's going to hold it. For this first turn, basically what you want to do is make sure the tail's sitting right before you go any further. So you make sure it's squared or in line where you want it. And when you're happy, you can then tighten up with the wire. And then you can wind up through, making a space. Now this is a lightly dressed one. You can double up in the wing if you want, meaning that you can use 2 feathers either side, which should be normally used in the Matuka or in the lure side. Now you can see that last turn in front, bring it straight up, follow it up with the wire, then with the thread, sorry, and then put a 90-degree bend into the wire. And then take your thread right down, make sure it's tied in, and bend and break away. I'm just going to see how the wing's sitting. If you're happy with it, that's fine. Now what I'm going to do here is get my Velcro. Make sure your thread's out of the way. I'm just going to be careful here, but I'm going to bring out any trapped in fibres from the micro Straggle. Just bring them out with the Velcro. But be careful with the wing. It's mainly just the underside. What do I say? That's fine. Now the throat is blue jay. Now you could use Guinea fowl dyed blue, or you could use natural, which was on the original fly. In this case it's blue jay, so I'm just going to remove the fluff at the bottom, and then I'm going to bring enough out to form the throat. What I'm doing is bringing the fibres out and getting them lined up, as you can see there. Once they're lined up, I'll hold them, tips of my finger, tips of the fibres, and then tear it away from the stem. And then bring it together. A couple a bit short there, so I'm just going to pull them in line. Then you can rotate them in your fingers to mix the fibres up. So I'm going to tie this in as I throw it, so I'm going to get the thread to the point where I want it to get caught in. I'm bringing it back up to there. Throat length is between the point and the barb. Just going to do a pinch and loop up the way, so hold them in your finger and thumb, your left hand, and then pinch and loop the thread up the way, just as you would do down the way, if you're putting a wing on or so. Just check how it's sitting. Now you can slightly spread these fibres just by pressing it with your nail. See how it spreads out. When you're happy with the shape, you can tighten up. And careful with the thread, but come in, trim away the waste. Now what I'm going to do here is a bit of wax on my thread, tidy the area up, and don't be shy with the head size of this fly. The head is part of the fly. Now I've got some bronze mallard here, I've got a large feather. Now I'm bringing enough out to form a right and a left side of the wing. Catch it on, and then I'm just going to fold these over the top. Just fold it evenly either side, and then do a pinch and loop. And then 2 or 3 turns in. See how it's sitting. Just the same way you would tie in a wing. Now you're just giving an impression of a wing, its colour as well, so don't worry too much. You're happy with that, which I am. Trim away the waste. Again, a bit more wax on my thread, tidy the area up. Now you can finish at that if you wish, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some jungle cock eyes on, 2 small jungle cock eyes, or even 1 split would do it. I'll just put 2 small eyes on, and put them both on together. So you're going to see the underside of these eyes. What I'm doing here is lining them up. Hold the eyes and then draw back the fibres that you don't need. And then set them on, one either side. So basically coming up into the wing, and then fold them so they're sitting right. Coming over with 2 or 3 turns, just see how they're sitting. And if you're happy, then what I like to do then is just form a nice head. Take the thread down, we can fold back these. Again, this will secure in the jungle cock. It can't pull out, it's got to get, basically got to break off. And then break these tips away, keeping the thread tight. Always keep the thread tight and then carry on and let it finish. And at the same time, what I'm doing here is just forming the head with the thread as I form the whip finish, and then trim away the waste when you're happy. Small hair here, I'm just going to take out. A couple of fibres you don't want, you can always come in with the scissors and then trim them away. Now varnishing the head, fine coat of super glue first for speed. This is how I do it, just for speed. You can put 2 coats of varnish or 2 or 3 coats of varnish on the head. I'm just going to run it round with the super glue, just touching as I go. Be careful, you don't want to touch the wing. Then allow that to dry, which is basically equivalent to 2 coats of varnish. And then once that's dry, then you can coat it with the normal varnish, which will seal it all, and then that's the fly finished.